Triple H Levesque.
Thank you all for being here tonight. I want to thank Enterprise Arena for hosting us here tonight. Always amazing partners. Whenever I'm in this building, it's always a moment when I walk down the hallway when I first get here where I'm expecting to see Harley come around the corner and greet me. But unfortunately, we don't get to do that anymore, but it always makes me smile when I get here. So I thought we had a great night tonight. St. Louis came out, as they always do, sold out here, 17,155 to watch their hometown boy, Randy Orton, go to work, which is always funny that no matter how long you've been doing this and how amazing you are at it and you get to this legendary status like Randy Orton has, there's always a doubt in your mind, and when you're stepping in with a legend to the degree of John Cena, I think it's there even more, and I think Randy had a little bit of a moment this afternoon where he was thinking, boy, I hope they don't boo me in my own hometown, and it was far from that. It was incredible to see him walk out there and receive the pop that he did, the ovation that he did, and same for John. Just an amazing night. Early read on viewership, extremely strong. This was the highest grossing domestic Backlash in WWE history. Just hard to believe that WrestleMania was only 3 weeks ago. It feels like it was a lifetime ago, but here we go. Thoughts on the show, you know, probably going to say the same thing here a bunch of times. Jacob, Damian, Drew, LA Knight was incredible. What a performance they all put on. Luckily, everybody is healthy. I think Priest got a tooth that he's hoping will stay inside of his head for a couple days here and get solid again. But other than that, Drew McIntyre, a little banged up, but totally fine. So really happy that turned out the way it did. Becky and Lyra was incredible. Lyra Valkyria just continues to rise and show that she belongs here and in the ring with somebody like Becky Lynch. That was one of the greatest matches, just of women's matches, but it was one of the best matches I've seen in a long time. So I was very proud of the two of them. They really excelled. Dom and Penta doing what they do. When Dom's involved, it's always dirty. So, you know, you get what you get, but it was incredible. Gunther, Pat. First of all, my hat's off to Gunther for what he does. Just sort of an old throwback brute in the ring, just gets the most out of every single thing that he does. And when it comes to Pat McAfee, Pat is just, it's hard for me to put into words how big of a star he is. But yet he's just Pat McAfee. It's been one of the things I marvel at him about since the first time I met him, which was, you know, early NXT, you know, and he's just one of those incredible people that has this amazing presence, aura, where he can just go out there and be himself and the whole world wants to listen to him. He does it on his show every day. He does it with us. He's just an incredible talent. And then when you add on top of the massive star that he is across of that, the athlete that he is, you know, just at a different level to be able to do the things he has done in sports, things that he was never a part of. He didn't start out wanting to be an NFL player, one of the best punters in history, didn't come here with the sole intent of being a WWE superstar. To a degree he did, but just does all of it and does it so seemingly effortlessly. He is truly, when we say that, you know, there are certain people that are fixtures in WWE that just so fit into what we do, it's hard to imagine them not being here. Pat is one of those people. And just everything he does, he puts his heart and soul into it, and he's incredible at it. and we're incredibly proud of him and honored that that he chooses to be with WWE, because he doesn't have to, and he doesn't have to get in the ring, and he doesn't have to do a lot of the things he does, but he does, and it's greatly appreciated. So we're on a hell of a run right now that continues. Like I said, just coming off of WrestleMania 3 weeks ago, 2 nights of WrestleMania, being here for Backlash tonight, May 24th, so in just a few weeks, Saturday night's main event from Tampa, live on NBC nationwide. Saturday, June 7th, shortly thereafter that, a massive 2-day event in LA. 2 events in 1 day, I should say, in LA, with Money in the Bank from the Inuit Dome and Worlds Collide with AAA at the Kia Forum. Saturday, June 28th, so just shortly after that, Night of Champions from Riyadh overseas. August 2nd and 3rd, 2 nights of SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium. August 31st, Clash in Paris. It's nonstop. It's one right after the other right now. It's going to be a hell of a summer. I'm excited for it, and I just feel like we have a ton of momentum that we will ride through the summer here, and just love where we are. So I'm gonna open it up to you guys.
First question, left-hand side, front row.
Joe Roderick with Sports Hub STL. You guys were here in 2022 for the Rumble, tonight with the hometown guy, Randy Orton, in the main event. What is it about St. Louis that keeps you guys coming back with these big events?
Oh man, I think you heard it tonight, 17,000 people that were just never sat down, never were not screaming at the top of their lungs. That's what we look for. You know, when you can get that type of reaction, there's such a history here. You know, you go back, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. St. Louis has always been an incredible city. One of my, you know, where you'll hear a lot of talent talk about over the years, and I think maybe I'm more aware of it because in my era we all talked about the, you know, Madison Square Garden. We all talk about Chicago. St. Louis is right there. Always been one of my favorite cities to come to, and that's no different today. So as long as they are loud, everybody is loud and doing what they did here tonight, we will be coming back again and again. Thrilled to be here.
Hello, Steve Ball from 10 Count Media. How you doing? Backlash St. Louis. How important was it for you to have John Cena on his last run this year fight Randy Orton here in St. Louis? As a wrestling historian, one last time must have been very important to you as well.
Absolutely. Certain rivalries, and you can look at it however you want because of chemistry or career length or whatever it is, but when you see moments in time like this with John Cena and Randy Orton coming up together in OVW, right? Like almost 25 years ago had their first match together. And then you look at the years since then, over those 25 years, main event after main event, pay-per-view after pay-per-view, you know, television show after television show, live event after live event. And, you know, for me, I was fortunate enough to be there as they were both sort of coming in the door. And I was able to sit there and watch them do that from 2001 forward all the way to today. I've seen a lot of that. I don't know that I've ever seen one that I thought like, you know what I mean, ever. It's just that level of talent between the two of them. They have an incredible chemistry. They just know each other inside and out. And when that happens, you get what you get here tonight, which, you know, 25 years later, magic. Like, to me, I just watched that match for however long they went. I don't know what that was, like 40 minutes or something, right? Like I watched the entire thing with this huge smile on my face. Just so proud of both of them. So proud of the careers that they've created and the stars that they have become. Just awesome. Awesome.
Left side, third row.
How you doing? Zach Haydorn here with the Takedown on SI. I wanted to ask about the celebrity performers that you guys are using at the moment. Obviously, Pat McAfee, a big part of the show tonight. You guys announced Logan Paul versus Jey Uso at Saturday night's main event coming up. Can you talk a little bit about how and when you deploy those guys in an in-ring fashion? Like, what's the strategy behind that? And also, I'd love to hear your thoughts about McAfee specifically tonight in-ring.
So, you know, it's funny, you mentioned a bunch of names, right? You mentioned Logan and you know, Travis Scott, Bad Bunny, right? You can name a lot of people. I don't put Logan in that group. I don't see Logan as now this outside celebrity that came in to do what we do. He's fucking really good at this, right? And can talk, has the character, has the swagger, has all the stuff, and can perform in the ring. And, you know, had a name and was a celebrity walking in the door, but then delivers on it in a way where he's like a full-time performer and repetitively comes back in, right? Where I don't even say back in because he's just here. So I don't see him in that celebrity vein. I just see him as an incredible performer. I look at him as full-time as I would look at anybody else. So then it's where it makes sense. As far as all those other folks, Travis, Bad Bunny, Jelly Roll, you name it, right? They're phenomenal bits and pieces of what we do. Okay. I'll answer that another time. When the greatest of all time steps on stage, you let him do his thing, and I didn't know he was going to be here, but ladies and gentlemen, still 17, John Cena.